live from Taste the Tops. It's DrinkinAZ with the one and only Duncan Lee. Duncan, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So, it's been a while, man.
Yes, it has.
And isn't it great to be back here at Taste the Tops?
It is. You know, the vibe is good. There's pretty girls. It's cold beer.
Yeah.
There's a pizza next door.
What more could you ask for?
You can. It's awesome.
What have you been up to for the last couple weeks?
Since
your walkabout in San Diego.
Not too much. Laundry and cleaning the house. A lot of domestic.
Video games?
Yeah. Video games.
Have you been playing my 12-year-old in video games again?
Yeah. Don't tell the cops because that's wrong. No, just kind of hanging out. We're going to throw another margarita get drunk pool party.
At the penis pool?
Yeah. Slash Tupperware.
Right.
So try to get all these ladies a little hammered and then sell them plastic. Should be a good time.
Right. That's a completely different type of party right there. So, all right. So what we have going on tonight is we have I keep wanting to say Barley Brothers, and I know that's wrong because there's already a brewery called the Barley Brothers. We got the Bold Barley Brewing brothers of Adam and Bob, who aren't really brothers from another mother, I guess.
Exactly.
That's right.
Close enough.
Yeah, thanks for having us, definitely.
Yeah. So you guys are already up and running. You were one of the best kept secrets here in the Valley, and nobody really knew in the beer scene that you were here until boom, you popped up on the radar. You did a little thing with Channel 15,
Yeah.
and boom, there you are. So tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on, and you're set up at a Rosati's,
Right.
Which is awesome pizza, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We try. Well,
Yeah.
me and my wife came out here from Chicago about 5 years ago. We wanted to come out here and open up a pizzeria, focus on real Chicago food. We get a lot of stuff shipped out directly from Chicago. Our bread is made on the south side of Chicago, sent out to us. So we want to really focus on bringing that authentic food out here. Well, we opened up. We were open for about a year and a half, and we were doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden, I started getting a little bit of back problems here. And one day I'm like, hey,
because you were previously an athlete.
Yeah. I did some bodyguard work and I did some basketball, football, all that kind of good stuff,
right.
And kind of ignored the pain throughout the years.
You can't tell by looking at the webcast
Nice.
here. He's kind of a big guy, like 6'8" or something like
Yeah,
that.
6'7", almost.
6'7",
yeah.
okay.
So yeah, my back was killing me, man, and I told my wife to take me to the hospital, and boom, I went paralyzed. I was in a wheelchair for about a year and a half. They said I wouldn't walk initially coming out, and it took about a year and a half of therapy of trying to rehab. And in that time, our pizzeria suffered a little bit. We needed some help, and that's when we kind of started looking towards family. And right around that time, Bob, who was in the military for about 9 years, he started a family. He had a new marriage, and he married my cousin, and he had a couple small kids.
Oh, so you are married here, related? There's
Somehow.
something in the family.
Yeah,
tree
we're
connecting
family.
you
We're
guys.
definitely family.
All right.
We're brothers at heart.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, real brother. So yeah, and he was looking to get into a pizzeria. So we're like, well, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna open up another pizzeria and kind of split the family apart, or do you want to try and grow with what we have now? And that way, we live down the street from each other. I got 2 boys. He's got 2 girls. We just kind of wanted to keep the family intact and kind of build together. So we started playing around. Bob was in Germany for a while, and we wanted to kind of start.
And Bob, is that where you got your love for beer, in Germany?
Yeah, I actually started in Germany. When I first got to Germany, I noticed how the beer kind of brought people together. It wasn't just a, hey, make beer to drink and be happy. Beers, they had festivals, they had other things that they just invented to bring communities together. And that's one of the things that brought me to it. I was like, man, how could something so simple like a beverage bring entire cities, entire states together?
Right.
It was awesome. It was fantastic to see. So from that, I was like, I got to know the magic. So I went on a few tours at some breweries, and I went so much that some of them were like, you want to come see how we brew? That's kind of how it started, and that's where I got my love from it. So when I got back to the States, I was in the States for about a year and a half, and I was going to be a career guy. I was going to stay in the military forever. Had 2 girls, so that ended real quick.
Right.
And I ended up having to get out. So he's like, well, I need help with the pizzeria. So I was like, I need a job. So it kind of worked out for us. And then when we got there, I saw he had a little space, and I was like, dude, we can build a brewery here. I was like, just something to peddle around in our minds. And as time went on, we're like, we're going to do this. We're going to put a brewery here. And unfortunately, the reason we're such a surprise to the brewers world is because we didn't know anything. We were so new to the beer industry, so new to the craft beer enthusiasts that I didn't know about the guild. I didn't know about anything really. So when we started,
whoa.
Well, there we go. I mean, I didn't need background music, but that works. But yeah, so when we started, it was a very loose start. I couldn't find a starting place, but it worked out. We finally got a hold of some people that actually pointed us in the right direction of getting our license and some brewery equipment together, and it was very under wraps. So, in fact, I didn't know about really anything about the beer until we were pretty much open. And then I was like, hey, there's a Brewers Guild. Hey, there's
right.
all these
a scene, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's why we've only been
out
on for
here.
3 weeks, and that's why people are finally starting to see that we're out
And
there.
the scene kind of woke up and said, whoa, what the heck's going on?
Who
and,
are these
and,
guys?
Yeah.
Got a lot of phone calls like, are you guys really a brewery? We're like, yeah, we brew beer. They're like, but you're not in the guild. We never heard of you. It was almost like they were like, you can't do this. We're like, well, we're open and we're serving beer, so.
See, Rob, they can do it without you, but they choose not to.
Right. Hey,
So-
we're doing it now.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
we're in it. Now we're meeting everybody,
Right.
and everyone's been real kind and helping
Yeah,
us
I
out,
love
points
the
in the right
community.
directions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that we finally got to meet everybody.
Right. So, as far as brewing goes, this is something that you're doing on your own?
Well, me and him both brew. He pretty much he takes care of everything with the pizzeria. He's been doing it for like 12 years, So when I brought the brewing thing to him, he's never really brewed, and I was kind of newer myself. With all the pizzeria stuff going on, I pretty much took over the brewing, kind of learned, the process and the really ins and outs of it and everything. And then I taught him, and now we're both all on the same page. In fact, one of our wheat beers, our last beer we just brewed, something happened with the pumps, and our hose came off, burned my leg. I couldn't work, and so I pretty much had to say, "Hey, Adam, I hope you know what you're doing because I got to go home."
He's out of here. I'm like, all right, thanks, Bob. I'm
Yeah, he
running
had to
pizzeria.
actually
and
brew the beer himself with me on the cell phone. I was
Right.
like, "Okay, do this."
Yeah.
I can't talk to you no more because of pain. So I'd hang up on him. He's just like, "Okay."
Okay.
And it turned out it's actually a killer hit. So now we actually our wheat beer is one of our best sellers.
So I said, every time we're going to make the wheat, Bob's got to burn his leg.
Ouch.
Every time.
That's going to be a lot of scars.
A lot of scars, yeah. So, but yeah, me and him are both. We're just kind of really tight partners. We understand how it works, and I think what makes it works is when we get to the pizzeria, the brewery, we understand it's business. So we go from brothers hanging out to when we get to the business, we're yelling at each other like, "You burned this pizza! You did this! You did this!" So it's like really we're really good.
You got to keep it separate.
We separate.
So you
real
push
well,
you
so.
push each other for excellence.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And your beer, you're just calibrating everything and getting to know your system and everything. So I would imagine that you're only looking to grow from here, right?
Yeah, we're really looking at progressing towards the future, and like you said, it is a new system. And I have some knowledge on some of the bigger systems.
The 3-barrel system?
3-barrel system,
Okay.
yeah. So I have really knowledge of 200, 300-barrel systems in Germany, and I have home brewing, but I've never done like the microbrew. So it's all a new learning experience, but we're catching on pretty quick.
All right. And any you gonna do a Pilsner down the road?
Yeah, we're going to get into some lagers down the road. Right now, we're just starting out, so we're trying to get our beers out there. So we're going to focus more on ales and top fermenting beers, just because, of course, they're easier, they're faster to make. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Duncan, got anything to add to that?
No, except they're so close that one day I may be there being an assistant cleaner.
There you go.
So
If there's free pizza in it for him, he'll be there.
I got all
There
the
you go.
pizza and wings you want. You want to get in that fermenter and start cleaning up. Come on down.
I might be there with a bathing suit or a
There you
tongs
go.
of some kind, and no, that probably wouldn't work right.
We'll bring the video camera. We'll make sure to put that up
Yeah,
for everybody
no,
to
that-
see.
You say a thong.
No,
Like you in a thong?
No, you like the tongs for the salad?
Oh, the tongs.
Oh, yeah, get out of
Okay,
here.
all right.
No.
All right, well,
All right.
we will right back.
Phoenix Brewing Supply is an online retailer based in the Phoenix metro area. This online shop is geared up to give the homebrewer competitive prices on a wide selection of all of your homebrewing needs. Phoenix Brewing Supply provides quick access to a variety of hops, yeast, additives, and adjuncts, spiral fermenter, 5-star chemicals, chillers, draft equipment, plumbing, and hardware are all products you can find at the click of a button. When you can get most orders shipped within one business day, why go anywhere else? Log on to phoenixbrewingsupply.com today and receive 10% off of your first order when you register online. Phoenix Brewing Supply. What are you brewing today?
And we're back with DrinkinAZ at Taste of Tops with Bold Barley Brewing, Adam and Bob. Adam, last name Adam?
Phyllis is my last name.
And Bob's last name?
Fertig.
Just
Okay.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Bob. Good German names here.
Nice.
Strong German.
So in this next segment, we're going to talk about what you guys got planned for the future. And you were talking a little bit about the Rosatis and looking to kind of kick it open on next door.
Yeah,
and
we would love to do
And you
that.
said that for those of you out there who are Rosati's fans, and I know there's a lot of them out there because it's good pizza,
Definitely.
there are some Rosati's brew pubs out there, right?
There are, yeah, scattered over. They're in about 13 states now that we're in, and
Really?
they're growing pretty big. They have the whole sit down, and we really want to do that. Unfortunately, right next door we have a mattress place, so that is our one thing that we have to come over. We have to wait for
Either move or wait for them to leave.
wait for yeah.
Okay.
And there are sit-down pubs. What's going to make us different from all those is most of these places, they're the Bud Lights, they're the Coronas, all the
Right.
normal.
The BMC bars.
That's it.
There you
know,
go.
and that's what they're selling. And then what we want to do, hey, if you could sell your own craft beer and you're good, we have a 20-inch deep dish pizza that weighs 15 pounds. You give somebody that and a growler of your own beer or a pitcher of beer, now that's a winning
Are
combination.
you guys familiar with Pizza Port
No.
in California?
No.
I heard of them.
Yeah, they're killer. I mean, they're in San Diego and Escondidas and
Escondido.
Escondido,
You know what? I think-
Escondildo.
No, Escondido.
What's the one? Carmel and where the racetrack is. Where's the racetrack at? You know what I'm talking about?
It's in San Diego.
That's your neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's in San
Yeah.
Diego, the racetrack.
That's not in San Diego.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The racetrack where they race the horses.
Yeah, like frickin' Del Mar.
Del Mar. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have places in all those places up there. Really good pizza, really good award-winning beer, and picnic tables. Nothing fancy, just like really good stuff. Yeah.
Well, you know what I like about these guys is, we always want to support local, but, we're both veterans.
Right.
And I like the fact that, Bob's a vet. And,
Yep.
And you did some, time in the sandbox. So, like 3 tours, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for your
3
service.
tours.
Yeah, so it's nice if the community can recognize and support veteran-owned businesses.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, because vets, we stick together. You may not, you could have some civilian out here who's talking shit about somebody, and then, about somebody in the Navy or somebody in the Army, and we're going to like, hey, have you ever served?
Exactly.
No? Well, you need to leave, or you're going to be escorted out.
Yeah, he escorted.
So, it's still a brotherhood no matter,
Of course.
if you know the person or not.
And there's a lot of guys getting out of the Army that, are looking for jobs, and in this economy, there's not too much that they can go to.
Have you guys ever heard of Mad Bomber Brewing up in Idaho? Check them out if you get the chance. Mad Bomber Brewing up in Hayden, Idaho.
Uh-huh.
These guys were EOD.
Yeah,
And-
I actually heard of them.
Oh, yeah. We had them a guest on our previous show. And they weren't qualified to work in the bomb squad here in the United States, even though they had been doing that for real in the real situation in Afghanistan.
That's insane.
So they opened up a brewery, Mad Bomber Brewing, up in Idaho. And as far as I know, they're doing really well.
And there's a lot of places too. They won't hire you because they think it's either PTSD or you have
Yeah, that's a big thing.
something go on.
A lot of people think that like every vet that comes out has PTSD or something like that. Oh, they got to be crazy.
Yeah. And the fact that Bob crawled under the table, half an hour ago, that had nothing to do with that.
No,
of course
it's not my fault I dropped the
war.
glass. It's okay. So.
Exactly.
But you're gonna change so you might either try to run the mattress place out, or
we're from Chicago,
Yeah,
so
we know
I got
some
some
people.
guys coming out. We're gonna
we got some
strong
guys.
arm them.
I got
gonna get another
I got a
15
jar
more
of bed bugs. I'm kidding for anybody who's gonna hate on us. Please put all your hate mail to George Lindblom at PO Box up yours. So.
No, but yeah, we would love to expand. That's our major goal. We want to start distributing and expanding, and that's something we want to do. But we have to overcome with either the space. We have to grow a little bit bigger. We have to either move locations. Yeah, consistency with the beers. We already got the good food going, so it's a winning combination.
You guys have the Class 3 license, right?
Yeah, we do have Class 3. We have distribution and everything.
Yeah, so you can distribute your beer in the meantime.
We could distribute our beer. The only thing holding us, like I said, is space. One of the big things that health departments all over us about having certain individual rooms for keg cleaning, certain, you have to have so many sinks. It's really the dotting the I's and crossing the T's kind of thing. Nothing that we can't overcome. The big thing right now is just space. We really don't have a lot of space. We fit a 3-barrel system into a 10x10. A lot of people tell me, they're like,
we were a little ambitious.
Yeah.
We said, no, let's put it back there and give some good craft beer to our customers. And you need a starting point. Now we got the restaurant, we got the craft beer, got the good food. Now we got to just bring it out a little bit, and that's what we're trying to do.
It's going to take time. A year from now, you're going to be huge.
Yeah, we would love it. People, like I said, pizza and beer. Who doesn't like pizza and beer?
It's a marriage made in heaven.
It is. It's not just pizza either. We got we do full weddings. I've done 7 weddings out of this place.
Catering.
Full catering.
That's actually what we're looking at doing too. We're gonna start doing for like weddings and like caterings. We want to start making custom beers for the people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody comes in for a catering and says, "Hey, I got a wedding. We really like blondes or Irish red beer." Well, I'll make you one. I'll custom make you a beer.
Custom make beer as long as you give us time.
Yeah.
So now you got the food, you got the beer. We make homemade root beer out of there. We said let's sell sarsaparillas and different kind of root beers.
So
That's great. Okay, we're going to go to a break a little bit early, and when we come back, we're going to go through your beers. We're going to have a little bit of extra time. And you got this beer that we're drinking on right now. Do you have another one back there?
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah,
okay, why don't we go ahead and grab that during the break?
And this is our Fatty Slims.
And we'll taste them and talk about them during the last segment.
Fantastic.
All right, you're listening to DrinkinAZ.
This is from the Dunkin' House, has over 1,000 wines all over the world. There's huge selection of rum, tequila, scotch, vodka, you name it, they got it. And did I mention beer? Over 2,000 varieties of craft beer from Arizona and all over the world. So come next door to the Taste of Tops, where you can always find at least 25 very special beers on tap and hundreds of beers by the bottle. Come on down to Tops, and you'll never want to leave. That is, until your wife tells you to come home. And welcome back to DrinkinAZ. Got Bob and Adam. And here comes George again. Fine. Thought we got rid of him. Oh, well. My, look at all these glasses. Crazy. Feel like I'm at a Jewish wedding. Hi. Hi. All this beer. It's crazy. All right. Geez, how many more? All right, getting there. So anyways, all right, so we've had, you brought 3 different beers. Yeah. So you brought the first one, and that's this guy. That's the IPA. So, and as far as my taste goes, being a novice still, even though it's been 6 months.
Here's the IPA right here, guys.
I really, I like it. It's not too... at the end, there's just not a lot of aftertaste.
Yeah, it's not overpowering.
And for a guy who's really kind of developed his palate for craft beer, I can't really stand a lot of aftertaste because it reminds me of my wife's cooking. I mean,
she doesn't watch this though, does she?
No, she doesn't watch this. She's like, "Oh, go play with your little friends."
You can see if she has a cot here for you. Maybe you can sleep out here.
Yeah, no, she's just says, "Oh, did you have fun with your little friends? That's good." I'm like, yes, Mom. I mean, dear.
Yeah.
So.
And this is the Heffy, or
that is the we actually did a pale ale hybrid with a Hefeweizen.
So you added wheat
a half
to the
wheat.
grist?
Yeah, most of the time it's either you do all wheat or it's all pale ale. So what we did is we did a kind of a hybrid. So we did a pale malt and we mixed it with the Hefeweizen. So you're getting the best of both worlds. Lightly hopped, like I said, the kind of the thing that we're doing with our brewery is heavier on the malt. We really want you to get the biscuit flavor out of it. We really want you to get the wheat and the biscuit. And, it almost tastes like a.
Sorry, I was passing that down to the ladies
I know,
over
you
there.
gotta give away all my samples.
Yeah, we call it the whisker biscuit. It's 4.2%. Your aftertaste, you're really going to get like a biscuit flavor out of the
right on
the grain that we use.
That's different.
It is, yeah. We kind of cut it in half. It's not a full wheat. We cut it with some.
We
some
really
different
want to
grains.
get kind of like a really kind of like when you're.
I don't
drinking
quite
it,
know what to make of that.
Earthy.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we're doing. We're going bold. We're trying to make different kind of beers. Like I said, with our Fatty Slims here, there's not too many different category that we can stick it in.
Right.
We like to say, it's like a barley wine, but actually, since we use sugars, it's not categorized as barley wine. But
I like it. It's really crisp.
It is.
It's what we did is what we were trying to invent is something for the Arizona drinker. It's really hot outside. And so what we did is we pictured ourselves sitting on the lawn chair. You're outside. It's 120 degrees. You're just cooking. And you want a beer that's just clean, crisp, refreshing, and something that gives you that little kind of biscuity, I'm drinking a beer feel at the end of it.
Right.
And so that's what we're shooting for.
That's
That's
the whisker biscuit. It's a pounding beer. You can put these things down.
Yeah, I can get
Yeah,
behind
definitely.
that beer.
For sure.
What's funny is when we were trying to come up with a name, we're like, what do we call this? And we're drinking it, and we both got beards, so we're drinking. And I'm like, man, my whisker's getting wet. And he's like, it tastes like a biscuit. I was like, whisker biscuit.
Whisker biscuit.
Actually, whisker biscuit. I used to do a competition bow out in Chicago, out in the way west of Chicago. We used to do bow hunting, and actually the whisker biscuits, which you put on your compound bow. So there you go, little hidden fact there about.
And if you guys ever
biscuit.
serve some kind of breakfast eventually, kind of pizza breakfast,
we have pizza briskets,
like a quiche pizza.
Pizza breakfast.
Yeah.
right?
No, what we do,
some
it's
kind of
almost-
like this with like some kind of country gravy.
The ones that we do, we take our double dough crust, which we'll take a thin crust and we'll roll it out a little bit thicker, and we'll roll the edges, flip it over, so you get that thin crust on the bottom and then the good thick crust around the edge. And we'll take probably like 15, 20 eggs, whip them up, and you pour them raw right on top of the pizza. Then you add your bacon, your Canadian bacon,
Oh, good Lord.
onions, mushrooms, all
Where
that kind
have
of good
I been?
stuff. It's fantastic. And then sometimes we would take the maple sausage, and you slice that up, you put that on there. Some whole milk mozzarella cheese. We get it shipped in from Wisconsin, so we'll put that on there. A little bit of cheddar cheese, man. And then when you put it in the oven, it just puffs right up like it's like a souffle almost. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And it's ridiculous.
Yes.
Why it's not on the menu, I don't know.
You could definitely market this beer with something like that.
It is.
Yeah, that's a good
when we
idea.
made this beer, it was marketed towards. We did a lot of recipes. A lot of homebrews went into making a beer that goes with pizza. As everybody knows, pizza is it's very acidic. It's got a really strong tomato strong, and it's hard to pair anything with a very acidic food. So what we did is we wanted to have something that's light, but yet so biscuity and weedy flavor that you can drink it with a pizza and it complements it. So it's a light beer that complements a good pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, can we go ahead and get a pour of the other one here?
Let's
Because
do
we have
this
one
fast.
segment left, and the time's
All right.
going to get away from us quicker than we think.
I know you guys are killing me here. I didn't.
Okay.
All right, so this here is our Fatty Slims. We call it a bold ale, mainly because there's no name for it, really.
Yeah, like I was saying, it really didn't categorize as a certain.
I'm going to finish this one.
You better hurry up there, boss. Now. Come on.
He's slacking over there. If you don't finish it, you got to drink the rest of the growler.
So yeah, this one here is a barley wine, and what we did is it's really lightly hopped, so you barely get any light hop presence. And what we did to counteract it for preserving it is we did a little bit higher alcohol content.
You got it over there?
This is actually the definition of what our
We got the thumbs up back there. They're loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it already.
This is the definition of what our beer is. We
Nebraska
wanted full
approves.
barley. Yeah.
Right.
So what it is it's a
Oh,
lightly hopped
one
barley
more
wine.
over here.
Got one more.
Don't leave me hanging
All right.
there, buddy. There it is.
It's a barley wine, lightly hopped, and it really brings out the caramel, the
Honey.
maltiness, the honey. You get some apple in there, but really it's just all grain.
You know what you could call this? You could call it an imperial amber.
Yeah.
Almost,
yeah, that's
you know,
awesome.
and we
Yeah.
almost wanted to call it an amber, but the thing with ambers is it doesn't have much roastiness in it.
A lot of the ambers
Uh-huh.
have the roast, so.
So that's why I say when we were trying to name it, we're like, well, it's not really roasty, but it's really close to an amber. It's almost in between.
This
a
is like
wine
a
and
date
amber.
rape amber.
Oh, man.
Yeah, right here.
We're saying that thing doesn't sneak up on you and tap you on the shoulder. That thing hits you in the face with a shovel. Because you get about 5, 6 of those in you, it is over.
Right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
We actually had the first time we made this one, my wife Lindsay and my cousin Bob's wife Brittany, they made a pre-Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? We're gonna try it out. We got a restaurant. We do a lot of cooking, and we have this whole big, huge feast. We did a Polish Thanksgiving. Half my family's Polish, so
Okay.
we do
Nice.
pierogies and all the sausages and stuff. And we had it. We have this huge feast. We started drinking a fatty, and the 2 girls gone, absolutely blitzed, and they're like, "How are we getting so drunk?" And then we just had this whole Thanksgiving meal. I'm like, light bulb. There you go. This is a beer
You
you
drank
can
about a gallon of
yeah.
8%
Nice.
beer. That's
Yeah,
probably
8-9%.
There you go. So first date, take your date to Rosati's
Yeah.
on 27th.
exactly.
and Thunderbird.
Have a little bit of
Yeah.
fatty, and you go from there.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice, George.
Yeah.
You're going to get us indefinitely suspended like the
From
the
what, the
clown
interweb?
From the NFL.
The interwebs.
Yeah.
You know the website.
The NFL's going to, suspend us. Talking about getting your date drunk.
But yeah, that's something that we're trying to do with the expanding. We want to get onto Kickstarter. So that's
Oh,
something
yeah.
that's coming out this week that we're going to put up a couple videos, show everybody our little setup. And, we're really about the community. We want to bring – that's why when Bob earlier was saying that we almost custom make the pizza and the beer to what the community and our customers like. They come in there and they want a sausage mushroom pizza. Well, they come in there and they say, well, I like my beers unfiltered, or I like it more hoppy or more grainy or with apple, whatever.
Right.
That's something that we're going to try and grow on with
Yeah.
our customer base in our area that we can grow together.
And that's great, but I have a feeling that that's going to get harder and harder because
it is.
more
Once
and
you
more
get bigger,
people are
you-
gonna- you're
Once
going to
you
get the demand is going to start pulling
Yeah.
on you, and you'll get to where like Steve McFade is over at Fate Brewing, where he can't spare a keg, for a bar because
Right.
he can't keep enough beer on tap at his own place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something that
And let's
we
hope
were-
that happens for you guys.
hey,
Let's hope it.
Yeah.
that's when you go to the bank and you're like, hey, I can't make enough beer. And they're like, all right. That's
Right.
when you get the money and you can expand.
Yeah.
But that's something we want to go on a Kickstarter. We want to raise a little bit of money. We're trying to get about 15, 20 grand to get into distribution and try and put it into local areas,
Right. Just so you know, with your barley wine there, I think my scalp is numb.
Yeah.
That's a good,
Since
that
I
means
drank
it's
that.
working.
Yes.
It's doing its
It's
job.
doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's that's one thing I noticed when I was drinking it. It just knocks you. Like you said, it doesn't just sneak up on you and tap on your shoulder.
Right.
It sneaks up on you and slaps you in the side of the face.
Right.
So you got to be
Awesome.
very careful with this stuff.
But it's very
And, smooth.
smooth. It's drinkable,
Awesome.
And that's the
Yeah,
scary part.
definitely.
You can put down a growler or something like that, but then you try up and go to the bathroom and, uh-oh.
Yep. So it's all about the beer, guys.
All about the
It
beer.
is. It's all about the beer. It's all about
the beer.
a lot of grain.
So before we get going here, we're just about ready to wrap it up. Is there anything else you wanted to share with our audience?
Yeah, there is
How
one.
can they get a hold of you? how can they,
Sure.
find out where you're at?
Well, what we're
Come
doing over at
buy some
Rosati's Pizza
and
right now, that we're doing a thing with the Rosati's Corporation called No Kids Hungry. And that's everybody who donates $1, that $1 can feed 10 meals to kids that are hungry in the United
that's
States.
cool.
So they're focusing on,
Here in the United States.
on local. It's a big thing that's going on. There's a lot of different restaurants that are involved. And so we're also, that just started. So we're going to try and raise up some money and feed some of the needy out there. You know what I mean? And with the good pizzeria
Awesome.
and it's a good beer, it's a good platforms to start to have people come in and do some donations and help out. And as far as where to reach us, we're on boldbarleybrewing.com.
Okay.
We got
Facebook.
Facebook. We're on
Twitter,
myrosatis.com. We have full online ordering. So if you don't want to call and talk to me or Bob, which we're always answering the phone, you can just go on there and order through like Grubhub, E24. There's a few different companies that we're with. You can order on there. So there's plenty different ways to get a hold of us.
Awesome. All right. Got anything to add there, Duncan?
No, just that I'm really impressed with these guys.
Yeah, I got a really good feeling about these guys.
It's like,
I mean, they're veteran-owned.
well, and
They're
Adam,
really nice guys.
Adam's
really
a fighter.
down-to-earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The guy couldn't walk, and now he's he got injured and he's in a wheelchair. And now
Nice.
look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
No?
I hit you
No.
with my cane or my walker I used to have.
I'd be like, hello, sir. My apologies. This is your wallet and your keys. Just let me have $1.25 for the bus.
Right.
It's okay. But no, I digress.
I thank you very much for that.
But no, seriously, you're a fighter, and that's
I appreciate
important. And people got to respect that.
When it happened, when it happens and it was overnight. Literally, I was fine. I took 4 days off work. My back was hurting, and then they put me in the hospital. That happened, and you think you can't walk anymore. All I wanted to do immediately, I'm like, I want to be able to hold my son. I want to be able to chase after him instead of being in a wheelchair. So I put things in perspective very fast.
Right.
People take things for granted, and when it gets taken away from you,
Yeah.
it's scary.
But at least it's, in a sense, it happened to you early. So,
Right.
You could live to your 100 years
Goodbye.
old, and you'll be grateful for the next.
Yeah,
60
60, 70
years.
years. Right,
So, yeah.
exactly.
All right. Well, I think we got some winners here.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Definitely.
I'm looking
Good friends
forward,
of the show.
Looking forward to seeing what goes on with these guys and being friends of the show
Thanks, guys.
for the,
Yeah.
for here
definitely.
on out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks
Don't
for the
just be
opportunity.
bold, be shamelessly bold.
Shamelessly,
Shamelessly
bold.
bold.
Nice. I like that. All right. Well, for Duncan Lee and Adam Wallace, this is George Lindblom with DrinkinAZ. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.